What is going on, guys? Miles here, and in this video we're going to be talking all about Call of Duty 2019, which is Modern Warfare. Infinity Ward released the first ever reveal trailer for the game today, and I guess I'm going to showcase it first, and then afterwards I'm going to talk about all of the details we know about this game.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, they'll send us in to find it.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Start clear!
Victor 6-4, green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies on.
You guys, hostiles assaulted civilians!
Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
So as some of you guys might know, I've kind of been on a break from uploading and playing Call of Duty recently. I haven't actually been enjoying Black Ops 4, which is why I haven't been playing it, and thus I haven't really been making videos on it. And I was kind of skeptical coming up to COD 2019. I wasn't sure if I was going to be that hyped for it, but after watching the trailer and reading about some revealed details, I'm pretty hyped for this game. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing game, and I finally think Call of Duty are moving in the right direction, and they're actually following the trends of other games in 2019, which I'm really happy to see. So there are a lot of things to talk about with this game, and I guess a good place to start would be with the name. The name of COD 2019 is specifically Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We don't have a Modern Warfare 4 like some of you might have been expecting. And the reason for this, Infinity Ward mentioned, is that they wanted to keep the story separate in this game, and they didn't really want to be tied to the previous Modern Warfare games which they've created, and I respect this decision a lot. I don't think it's going to be a problem with the branding or the marketing, because other games companies have done this exact same thing. For example, a game I've been playing recently is God of War, and the most recent version of that game is just called God of War, even though they've released a lot in the past, and this game is still massively popular, so I don't think it's going to be any problem for Call of Duty. You might have noticed that the reveal trailer looked really good aesthetically, and it did mention at the start that it was shot using in-game footage, and that is because Infinity Ward have actually made a brand new engine for this game, which I am so happy to see. The previous engine was so outdated, and this engine is going to be able to keep up with the modern times, I like to believe. It features a lot of new improvements to rendering, lighting, and it supports 4K HDR, and so the game should be looking amazing. And they mentioned how this engine is going to be shared with the other Call of Duty developers, so that would be Treyarch and maybe Sledgehammer Games. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Sledgehammer Games and Call of Duty. We'll have to wait until we get a bit more information, but I'll try and keep you guys updated. As for the campaign section of the game, a few journalists and YouTubers have actually seen some gameplay of Call of Duty Modern Warfare's campaign, and they've mentioned how gritty and realistic this campaign is going to be. You guys might have remembered, if you played Modern Warfare 2, the mission called No Russian, which was a very controversial mission at the time back in 2009, because it basically featured you murdering a bunch of innocent Russian people in an airport. But apparently the campaign this year is going to have features similar to no Russian in it, which is going to make it very gritty and realistic, and I think it's going to make it a very controversial game as well. And honestly, I don't know how this is going to go down given the political climate in 2019. So those details were mainly covering the campaign mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but we also know a bit of information about the other modes too. One interesting thing which was mentioned was that the game is not going to feature a traditional season pass like we've seen in every Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 3, and I find this to be very exciting. One of my biggest concerns about Black Ops 4 and why I don't like the game is because it feels so heavily monetized, it's actually unreal. The game has the AAA price tag, it's got like the £40 season pass, and alongside that you can spend COD points on supply drops, you've got Blackjack's shop, and you can buy things in the supply stream as well. It really feels like Treyarch are trying to milk you as hard as physically possible in Black Ops 4, which is why I really dislike the game. But I'm praying that this is going to be less of an issue in Modern Warfare because they aren't going to have a traditional season pass. But I am still skeptical because they didn't mention no season pass, they just said it's going to be different, and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. But one great feature about multiplayer is that it's finally going to feature a cross-play option, which I'm really excited to see. That's basically going to be beneficial to everyone because it's going to make lobby times a lot shorter. But I'm hoping the cross-play is typically done by the input you're using rather than the platform you're playing on, because that way that would mean people who are playing with controllers aren't going to be getting owned by people who are using mouse and keyboards. And finally, we know some information about the third game mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Obviously we know already it has a campaign and multiplayer, but the third mode was kind of unclear until now, but we do have a very short description of it, which says squad up and play cooperatively in a collection of elite operations accessible to all skill levels. So to me this sounds exactly like the Special Ops mode which we saw in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, which I'm okay to see returning. I didn't really care that this game might not feature a battle royale like we saw in Black Ops 4. I am kind of done with that genre of game right now, and I am looking forward a little bit to playing Special Ops mode, but I don't think I'll be playing it as much as the campaign or multiplayer. But there we have it, they are the details on what we know so far about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is going to be coming on October the 25th. Pretty happy to see another October launch for Call of Duty. Let me know what you think of this game down in the comments below, and if you found the video useful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Modern Warfare, but I'll see you guys in another video.